Mr. Rich,
He's here.
Ms. Hutchinson,
Here.
Mr. Mehta,
Yep.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Socio,
Here.
Ms. Guadagnino.
Here.
Mayor Womack.
Here, sunshine notice, please.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231 PL 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice schedule to the official newspapers of the township, and is on file in the municipal clerk's office.
Councilman Davis is out with a little procedure today, so we wish him well. Mr. Rich, will you please lead us in the pledge to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council President, do you or Councilman Rich have the proclamation down
Am I getting up? Do you have any?
there? Is there anyone here for the Sexual Assault Awareness Month Denim Day proclamation? You could do it from right there.
This is a proclamation by the Mayor and Council, Township of North Brunswick. Whereas Sexual Assault Awareness Month and the observation of Denim Day draws attention to the importance of addressing and preventing sexual violence, including sexual assault, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse. And whereas sexual assault, sexual abuse, and sexual harassment all have a negative impact on our community. Statistics indicate that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually assaulted before the age of 18. Sexual harassment is part of a continuum of violence in which damaging effects are felt throughout our culture. And whereas we must work together to educate our community about what can be done to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors. And whereas staff and volunteers of anti-violence and prevention programs in Middlesex County, including the Middlesex County Center for Empowerment and Sexual Violence Prevention Coalition, encourage every person to speak out when witnessing acts of violence, however small, and to challenge the social constructs that continue to perpetuate a culture of violence. And whereas the New Jersey Sex Crimes Officers Association, Middlesex County Sex Crimes Liaison Officers, Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, and the North Brunswick Police Department are dedicated to ensuring the effective investigation and prosecution of sex crimes in our community through interagency collaboration and training. And whereas with leadership, dedication, and encouragement, there is a compelling evidence that we can be successful in reducing sexual violence in North Brunswick Township through prevention education focused on increasing gender equality and bystander intervention, increased awareness, and holding perpetrators who commit acts of violence responsible for their actions. With proper education on the matter and comprehensive prevention projects, sexual violence and its unfair and traumatizing effects are preventable. And whereas throughout the month of April, the Township of North Brunswick strongly supports the efforts of national, state, and local partners and of every citizen to actively engage in public and private efforts, including conversations about what sexual violence is, how to prevent it, how to help survivors connect with services, and how every segment of our society can work together to better address sexual violence. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and Council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the month of April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and designate April 30th, 2025 as Denim Day, joining advocates and support service programs in urging all community members to help end sexual violence.
Thank you, Council President. It's a very important proclamation. Appreciate you reading that. Is there anyone who'd like to have any items removed from this evening's consent agenda? Is there a motion to approve consent agenda items A through T?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mr. Mehta,
Yes.
Mr. Socio,
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes from our regular meeting of March 24th, 2025?
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance for first reading and introduction, number 25-03.
Number 25-03, Ordinance amending bond ordinance 24-12 in order to reallocate the appropriation and bonds authorized between improvements authorized by such ordinance.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 25-03?
So moved.
Second.
Anybody need any explanation or anything? Roll call, please.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Mehta?
Yes.
Mr. Socio?
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes.
Ordinance for first reading and introduction, number 25-04.
Number 25-04, ordinance amending and fixing the salary and wages for various officials and employees of the Township of North Brunswick and providing for manner of payment thereof.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 25-02?
So moved.
I'm sorry. That's
04. So moved.
Second.
discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Mehta?
Yes.
Mr. Socio?
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes.
Ordinance for second reading and public hearing, 25-02.
Second reading and public hearing, number 25-02, an ordinance of the Township of North Brunswick to acquire by negotiated agreement interests in real property in the form of easements along Cousins Lane on the official tax map of the Township of North Brunswick, Middlesex County, New Jersey, for Cousins Lane Sidewalk Improvement Project.
Anybody who would like to be heard in public hearing on ordinance 25-02? Is there a motion to close that public
So
hearing?
moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 25-02?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call, please.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Mehta?
Yes.
Mr. Socio?
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes.
Council President, anything on your list this evening you'd like to bring up or discuss?
No, thank you, Mayor.
That hurts.
I see Councilman Socio anxiously fidgeting through hundreds of.
Do you want me to?
I was given the latest version of War and Peace here, so I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, Councilman.
All right, just a few announcements from the Department of Parks and Recreation and Community Services. Saturday, May the 17th, will be a sip, sample, and support, a delightful evening to raise funds benefiting the North Brunswick's annual Heritage Day. Indulge in a selection of fine wines and craft beers while enjoying delicious food samplings from around town, all while contributing to a worthy cause, which is Heritage Day. This is going to be Saturday, May the 17th, from 6:30 to 8:30 at Our Lady of Peace Church. If you pre-register, it's $20. If you pay at the door the day of the event, it's $25. So consider May 17th as a great night out. Our open and lap swim schedule is beginning. We have a variety of different programs and lessons and things like that starting May the 14th, running through just about the end of June. And these are for parent and child, for adults, all kinds of things. So if you have any questions with swim, please contact us for lessons. The rapid swim team is forming for the 2025 summer season. The preseason starts on Saturday, May the 17th, and runs through June the 21st. That's Saturdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And there's all kinds of preseason practices, actually, as I'm reading through this for the first time. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the Rapid Swim Team or joining again and participating this coming summer on a very competitive and good team and making new friends and rekindling your old friendships in the swimming pool, the preseason resident fee is $150, non-resident fee is $165. That's swim team. Memorial Day. Our annual Memorial Day commemoration ceremony will be on Monday, May the 26th at Veterans Park, starting at 11 a.m. This is going to be the, I guess, culmination of Memorial Day weekend with our Traveling Vietnam Memorial, which is coming to our town. The memorial will be at Vet Park from Friday, May the 23rd, beginning at 1 p.m. until Memorial Day, May the 26th at 1:30 p.m. This is a great traveling memorial in honor of our veterans who gave all at during the Vietnam War, and we really encourage everyone during this time to please come and visit it. And I do have to ask you, Luann, I'm going to ask you to come up a moment, because I know you mentioned earlier that there are some other facets of the wall coming as part of this. So if you could please just help me here, that'd be great.
Good evening, Mayor Walmack, council members, and residents joining us this evening. As Councilman Socio zeroed in on, we are having the traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall. And in addition, we will have tribute walls that will be also on display. So Afghanistan, Iraq, 9/11 tribute, and then from our wars starting 1914 on to 2012. All the walls will be identifiable, and you will be able to have a QR code if you're looking for a certain name that you'll be able to find on the wall, and that information will be coming with more detail. Thank you, Councilman Socio.
And Luann, while I have you there at the microphone, are we still looking for volunteers? And can you give some more information about that and how any interested resident could register for that?
Yes, thank you. We are looking for volunteers in two different categories. One category is to stand watch, and that form is online already, and you can sign up and volunteer for a time slot that's available. And then starting tomorrow afternoon, we will also have a volunteer list to help set up the wall, which will take place on Friday, May 23rd, approximately 10 a.m. in the morning. If you are available and can help assemble the wall, it should be about 2 hours before we have the entire display up. So if you can come lend a hand, we'd really appreciate your help. And it's just a great sacrifice that was made for our freedom that we can give a small thank you back. So thank you so much. Are there any other questions?
While you're up here, since you have two items for the workshop preparation part of the meeting, why don't you go ahead and take care of your second item while you're here?
Thank you, Mayor. If I could just touch base just a little bit more on the wall. Sponsorship we're still looking for, and you can send those checks into the township at our senior center address, 15 Linwood Place, and those checks are made payable to the Township of North Brunswick as well. And my second item that I did not discuss, that is our mayor's fitness and challenge that is starting today, and that will run through June 16th. This is open to the entire community, and we hope that we will have the council and the mayor and staff involved as well. So I hear some chuckling up on the dais, but I challenge each of you to be part of that. So thank you, Mayor Walmack.
Thank you.
I
know
nominate
you're
Carlo.
still, I'm sorry.
I nominate Carlo.
Well, we usually do see Council President Guadagnino and Councilman Socio along the course, but I have some new hidden information. There might be another council person that will challenge them both. I hear he's gearing up, has his sneakers ready. We've seen Councilman Mata out there too, and Councilwoman Hutchinson has been out there. So this year could be the year with a lot of competition. So lace up those sneakers. Thank you all for your support.
Appreciate you being here, Ms. Benson.
Thank you.
You're free to go.
Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Okay, yep, we're almost done, I swear. Keeping with the Memorial Day theme, in the morning before our commemoration ceremony, we're going to have our 46th annual 5K walk and run. That's at Community Park. Check-in is at 7:30 a.m. The 5K begins at 8 a.m. We'll also have a children's dash for children ages 1 through 5, and all of those participants will receive a ribbon. We also, as usual, have our Most Patriotic Outfit contest, and we will be giving out awards to our most 3 patriotic runners and walkers. And then, of course, our usual prizes, awards for the age categories for the walk and the run. Pre-register before May 3rd, $30. After May 3rd, it'll be $35. Packet pickup will be at the park's maintenance facility in the back of Community Park, and as soon as we have that date and info, we will give that to you. So that's the 5K walk and run. We have tennis lessons that will be starting April 27th. There are 2 different categories, either Sundays or Wednesdays, Sundays run through June 15th. Wednesdays are July 9th through August 13th, all different age groups from age 3 up to adults. And that will be held at the Renaissance Courts. And last but not least, our 48th annual Father's Day Fishing Derby will be on Sunday, June the 15th at Boyd Pond. You can pre-register by calling the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. In-person registration on Father's Day begins at 8 a.m. Fishing starts around 8:30. It's really a great event, 48 years and counting, and we look forward to seeing everyone there. So if you have any questions on Memorial Day, Father's Day, the eating and drinking for Heritage Day, and everything else we just went through, you can contact the Department of Parks Recreation at 732-247-0922, extension 475, or check them out on their Facebook page or on the Township website.
Director Ritz, while we're doing some announcements, I think we could detour to have you let us know.
Mayor, I just wanted to affirm that beginning tomorrow, there will be an extended detour along Hidden Lake Drive in the vicinity of Route 27 and the apartments. It could very well be up to a week of detour while Middlesex County prepares some emergency work. There have been variable message boards up over the weekend warning residents and neighbors in that area, but it will take effect beginning tomorrow.
Thank you, Director. Councilman Maida, any announcements this evening? Councilman Hutchinson?
No message.
Councilman Rich, any announcements?
Not at the time.
Good. All right, then let's open for a public hearing. Mr. Nastis?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The first question I have, and I think I asked it once before, is there a manual as to how code enforcement works? I mean, if you call it in, you got to call it into somebody takes it and goes from here to here to here, and how long does it take before it's resolved?
Ms. Progerman, do we have a SOP or standard operating procedure manual or anything for that department?
I believe each of the departments does have, their operating and how they're delegating, but I think the code itself explains what their roles and responsibilities are, that I believe has been provided.
But do we have, is there like a book that says when a phone call comes in, then like Mr. A will take the phone call and then it's put in a box and Mr. EC.
People have asked me how do I call it in and nothing happens and I don't know what's going on, so what happens? So is there a reference point? Is there a manual that tells you what happens, how it's done, or is it just tossed in the air?
So
I can expand on what we've previously provided there.
No, I don't want-
But he's just asking, do we, I've never seen that manual if we have one.
No.
Is there one?
No.
Why?
Well, we just never operated with one. We've never had each department, we've never had a departmental SOP. Steve, do you have a written SOP for? Just for the sewer department. Just for the sewer department. Okay, so.
All right, well, that's one thing. I just got a report for George's Road. Adams Lane, I'd like to know how that wound up as a police thing as opposed to code enforcement. And here are some pictures
From the Adams Lane?
from Adams Lane. And I don't think the owner is driving 7 cars.
Chief Pataglia, is there anything that you,
All over the place.
I had a meeting with Captain Hoiberg. What happened that we can explain this over and over every week. Mr. Gassis, Captain Hoiberg had a rapport with the individual that lives there. He tried talking to him a few times. He tried talking to family members. He went out there last time, and at this point, we're not making any headway. So I had a conversation with Director Ritz, and they're going to issue a violation for that property.
Well, that was the question, that was the situation from the start. They're in violation, as you'll see through the pictures. I don't know why the police got involved to start with it. Just give the violations to the offenders and let it go from there.
they tried
I
to
mean,
get-
I know the police like to help out where possible, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But, you know, in Italian, they're testaduras, which means they're hardheads, they don't want to pay attention. And while Bergen Avenue, 984 Bergen Avenue, that's across the street from where I live. I've put a request in November, haven't heard anything since. So I don't know what's going on there now, but I have some pictures for 955, 955 and 958 pertaining to temperature masters. I don't know whether that's a legal commercial van, and if it's a commercial van, I understand they're supposed to be off the road at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and not parked out there forever. I don't know whether they're running a business out of the house or they're just doing what they do. Up the street from there, over the weekend, we had a dump truck. A dump truck. No front plate or rear commercial plate parked there in front of a fire hydrant.
I can only recommend that when you see a vehicle parked in front of a fire hydrant, you call the police, and then we can go out.
Well, if the police would patrol Bergen Avenue on a weekend, because code enforcement doesn't work,
See a violation like that, call the front desk, and we'll send an officer out there and issue a summons.
yeah, right. And the other one I wanted to ask about was 13 to 19 Beverly Street. I got a letter saying that it was abated, just got it. And my question is, did the fire department and rescue people have a chance to inspect it?
I know you brought that up before, and I think the
I mean,
thought
they
was
cleaned
that
up a couple of cars, but, you know, fire truck or whatever has to get in there. The property is 217 deep. There's no reason why you can't put a stone parking lot in the back. A stone parking lot isn't even taxable. You're just going to have to pay to get it done. And the other thing I have here, famous sign. I don't know what it says. I don't read Spanish. But they're tacked on all the telephone poles on Livingston Avenue, up and down.
Michael, Director Ritz, how often do we have people going out these days doing the poll patrol?
It's usually on Mondays, Mayor. I'll follow up.
And I just got a call this evening on Seneca. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but at 1442, I think it was, there's a dumpster there that's been there like forever. It's always there. And they want to know why. And I don't know why, because I don't know what the guy does. And here's another copy of Oakwood Place. They refabbed the house, they cleaned it all up, looks good. I reported the garage over a year ago. I was told that the garage is going to be repaired when the house is done, but so far, nothing's happened. So I just thought I'd bring it to your attention and see what's going on. Axel Road. Oh, yeah, summons for a disabled vehicle. That's the one that has, we have a whatever you want to call it, in this town that says you could have one unregistered, uninsured, and non-running vehicle on your property forever. Why, I don't know. Get it fixed, get it running, or get rid of it. .886 Livingston Avenue was the other one I was told. That's the one that abuts 984 Bergen Avenue. There's a pallet, a grease machine, and leaves and debris all around the dumpsters. There's 3 vehicles there that last time they were registered was 3 years, or inspected, I'm sorry. Last time they were inspected was 3 years ago. They're still sitting there. I don't know why, but you can't park back there if you're going to the store in front. So you might want to look into those 3 vehicles, move them, get rid of them. I don't know whether they're registered or not.
And where are they? They're in the parking lot there, or where are they?
In a parking lot,
Okay.
behind the building. And the building has a beauty parlor, I believe, and another store there. And also, 984, and the owner of that particular piece of property has a driveway on Bergen Avenue. That is half-owned by 984, and the other guy owns the other half. And at night, when the hookah lounge is operating,
Correct.
all the cars are parked in the driveway and all over the place. And I already picked up the garbage once that I delivered to you, sir. And I don't think you want me to deliver another bag. So it would be nice if someone would come by 10 o'clock at night when the lights are supposed to be dim and the music low, and the garbage was picked up, because it goes to my neighbor's property. He has a guy picking it up, and what he doesn't pick up blows onto mine and down the street.
Good.
Those temperature masters, by the way, I called the police department on Saturday. Some young man, I'm going to call him an idiot, he was riding a motorcycle up and down the street 2 or 3 times. One of my neighbors knocked on my door and told me to call the police, which I did, and they told me they already had a call in about it. So he lives at 958, along with temperature masters and about 4 other cars. And across the street, 955, there's commercial vehicles there also. That was a 2-family house with a basement apartment that was illegal when I built. So, and there's a 2-car garage there and a parking lot behind it. So I don't know why they're parking in the street. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who'd like to be heard in public hearing this evening? Is there a motion to?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're going to take about a 3-minute break while we move over to the other room for our continuation of our meeting. We'll be talking about agenda items. It's the same meeting, but we'll be continuing in a more informal setting. We will continue our meeting at this time, and the first person on our agenda to look at what we'll be looking at next meeting will be Ms. Gallimore.
Good evening, everyone. I have one item on the agenda tonight, and that's a budget transfer request. And this is for fiscal year 2025, transferring funds from budget accounts that has access to accounts that need additional funding. Any questions on this?
Is there anything unusual, or is it normal course of business for this time of year?
Normal course of business at this time of the year. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ms. Gallimore. I don't think there's anything on our closed session or anything else that you'll need to stick around for unless you want to. And you're certainly welcome to if you want. Ms. Benson, we've already taken care of. Mr. Bloyd?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have one item for consideration. Excuse me. Authorizing the rejection and readvertisement for the receipt of bids under DPW bid 25007 to purchase a tandem axle truck. Any questions on that?
What happened with the first bid?
So they had two exceptions that we didn't accept. The first exception was something with the braking system. The other one was with the fact that they couldn't sell us a truck with 0 miles. They had to sell it with 7,500 miles because they have to sell an electric vehicle before they can sell us a brand-new vehicle.
That's so weird.
So we took exception to that, and we are going out to rebid. And it's, you know, we checked around with other trucking companies, and it's pretty much all of them are under the same restriction there.
If anybody's watching, any other questions on that particular thing? If anybody's watching, why don't you tell them what we were doing at 5:30 tonight?
So 5:30 this evening, we had a field dedication and ribbon cutting ceremony for Sabella Park. If anybody recalls, out there in the public, we had a sanitary sewer break, and it was in the far corner that reaches out by Cousins Lane, and it damaged about a third of our football field that was out there. So the mayor and administrator and council were good enough to locate funds and allow us to redo that field, and it was a short but sweet ceremony, and the field is beautiful, and we encourage all to utilize it.
Kind of followed the whole project short and sweet. I mean, we were saying we needed to be ready by being a Pop Warner season, and that was our drop dead date, and then Justine and you started saying April, which I giggled at the time, but it's really an outstanding job by all.
Yeah,
It
very
looks
impressive.
great. It's a new type of turf, which is cutting edge and everything else, and we're going to be the showcase for this company and their sales pitch to the rest of the state, and it's really just
Correct.
a great field, and we're very proud of it, and thank you.
Yeah, they've already had a couple of other towns come out and look at the field, and they were very impressed with it. So,
And we soccer parents like to call that a multi-purpose field.
yes. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming out to that.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Mr. Boyd.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Director Ritz?
Good evening, everyone. The first item on the next agenda will follow the clerk's approval for the Youth Sports Festival. And this is a separate resolution in support of the fireworks. This year, they are only proposing and planning to have fireworks on one evening.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's right, huh?
Yes. The second item this evening is through one of our designated architects, USA Architects. Happy to say completely unrelated to the building in any manner. This is a project initiated to replace the lighting in Babbage Park and the parking lot. This is legacy 75-year-old non-energy efficient lighting with wood poles that are in the middle of the parking lot. Without curb or without barrier. And one day we need to reconstruct that parking lot. So first, we want to do new energy efficient lighting and push the lighting off to the perimeters of the parking lot. And this will largely be funded through a CDBG grant. Any questions?
Yes, the question is, where is Councilman Andrews when you need him? He would be able to have 30
Yes.
questions about the lighting for you.
Absolutely. The third item this evening is under my name because these particular requests for credits are actually associated with the Old Georges Road water main replacement project, which finished essentially in late February, March 1st. And we've had several residents on Edwards Place, which is one of the neighborhoods off of Church Lane, that are at the very end of the line of this new main. And they have had a lot of substantial discolored water. And so we've been flushing and flushing and flushing for several weeks. And it's largely resolved for 2 or 3 of the 4, still not quite resolved for the last homeowner. But at our direction, we've been directing the homeowners to run their own water in addition to us flushing. So this is administrative sponsored that we feel it's reasonable to give them a credit for the month of March. And we'll actually be back, I believe, to support a credit for them in April as well, by which point, hopefully, this will be resolved.
Hopefully.
Anybody have any questions?
Can I just jump back to the Babbage thing? Because you said that the majority of it's going to be paid by
CDBG
grants. Do we know a percentage or not yet? Or
The first phase of this work with USA and T&M is to actually create the bid estimate.
Plan, right.
So we don't know the exact funding yet. We banked money from this current year's CDBG, and we have a current application in for next year to double it. So we're guessing I'll have about $180,000 in CDBG, and we all comfortably kind of hope and believe that this project should fall within an amount. If we're short, we'll have to look at supplementing it with a capital.
And anybody
Support.
watching who's curious, community development block grant.
These are block grants that come from the federal government through the county and then are individually distributed to the municipalities.
And we hope they will continue.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're making a guess right now, Carlo, but I think we all hopefully believe we're on the right track.
fair enough. Thank you.
And then lastly, this evening, at the end of tonight's meeting, we'll be going in closed session
Thank
to discuss the redevelopment project.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Pargoban?
Thank you, Mayor. I have 2 items on. The first is we discussed 2 weeks ago, I believe this was a carryover from that and didn't make the agenda, but I believe it will be listed on for the May 7th. This was to increase that contract authorization by $50,000. The second item,
What contract is it?
this is with Meridian Strategic.
For,
This is for the project management consulting services related to the remediation and resiliency of the municipal complex. The second item is the third leg of the switches project as part of our network infrastructure. At the prior meeting, we had engaged authorization with Freehold Township for installation services, the labor component, as well as for managed services after they're installed. This is for the physical equipment, so this is an agreement with GovConnect for the actual purchase of the equipment in the amount of $183,750. And that's all I have.
thank you. Any questions for Ms. Pargoban? Ms. Russo?
Okay. This evening, we have approval of a large event application for the 2025 Youth Sports Festival.
I know earlier today, the council president had picked up that we wanted to be real careful on the wording. Did you get any revisions yet on the rewording? Or are we still working on that? We just want to be clear
Of the
on that
resolution?
that the resolution isn't promising us
She replaced that.
to make
It
any
is
payments or
replaced.
anything. Okay, so, good. Thank you. And thank you for catching that, Council President.
They have 14 nights that they're wanting to operate their fair. Are there any questions or? Okay. And item number 2 is a liquor license transfer, which is going from Rutgers Liquors to Garden State Fine Wine and Spirits, and all paperwork is in order. Any questions? That's all I have this evening.
Thank you very much.
Can we go back to the sports festival? What was changed in the resolution?
Ms. Pargoban?
Let me call it. So the previous resolution didn't have recognizing they had made a request for municipal services, so we acknowledged that request within the body of the resolution, not committing to an amount. It was just acknowledging the request has been made and that it will be given consideration following the conclusion of the event.
But
Why?
that's what we were taking out, I thought. That's what
The
we didn't,
request?
that's what we did not want to have in there, because we had a meeting with them, and they indicated they would not be making that request.
And the paragraph
did
that
make the
says that we would reevaluate it after the event.
Yeah, they did make the request.
When?
Last week or the week before?
I don't know that we want to acknowledge
We had a
that.
meeting, right?
Yeah.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like that to be
I
taken.
mean, why don't we, before the meeting and before we distribute prior to the meeting next week, let's get together with council, and because, once again, we have to get on the same page. We did have a meeting about this.
Did.
We believe that we all came away with the same understanding from that meeting. If we didn't, we need to make sure real quickly about that. But the understanding was that they would not be requesting reimbursement for the same services they had requested in the past. Is that correct?
You were at the meeting, right? Who was at the meeting?
The chief was there, you and I were there,
I was there.
and Ms. Program was there. I think, I'm summarizing it.
It was very clear
Yeah, I think so.
at the end of the meeting what was supposed to happen moving forward.
Yes.
And they just completely ignored us.
I think we need to craft the resolution to reflect our understanding. If they made a request, we can acknowledge it, but we need to do that. Either that, or perhaps we'll have Mr. Bloyd roll up the turf field. And I'm only kidding, since we had such a nice dedication ceremony. I'm sure it'll all work out. I'm sure it's just language that we need to get worked out. So, Ms. Russo, will you give Ms. Larkin a call, and she can set up with all of us so we can get on the same page about that. Thank you. Thank you for going back to that, Council President. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's a resolution authorizing the mayor and council to enter into executive session. Whereas the mayor and council are mindful of the right of the public to attend as witness meetings of governmental bodies at which public business will be addressed and discussed, and to be involved in all phases of governmental action. And whereas the Open Public Meetings Act nonetheless recognizes the authority of a public body to exclude the public from meetings in certain enumerated instances in which disclosure of matters discussed could endanger public safety, property, or other public interest, or invade individual privacy. Whereas, as authorized by the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12B, mayor and council have a need to meet in private session to discuss matters affecting pending or anticipated litigation to which the public body may be a party, and/or matters within the attorney-client privilege. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council will meet in private session at 7:51 p.m. on April 21st, 2025, to discuss the following specific items. Proposed redevelopment project at Block 143, Lot 24.06, Fidelity Plaza. Be it further resolved, the matters discussed will be disclosed to the public at such time as the redevelopment project and plan is approved or otherwise becomes a matter of public record.